your hot leads.
I just forgot to do that, Cheryl.
Yep,
Sorry.
that's what I was kind of saying, like gonna say, and I thought, oh, didn't want to cut you off. But we're gonna be talking about, no, you're good. Your hot leads, your warm leads, and your cold leads. Okay, and it kind of like you kind of get it what that means: hot, warm, cold, right? So, and because you're gonna want to know, and you're gonna want to mark them on your notes, whether they're a H, W, or a C, hot, warm, cold, or you can have columns, whatever works for you. But you need to, like, when you're talking to them, if they're a hot, warm, or cold lead, jot that down. So, but first, let's talk about why we recruit. All right. So, why should I recruit? So, here's the top 5 reasons. So, like I said, it's the golden gate. It is the fastest path to achieve your goals and your dreams within your Pampered Chef business. You can have everything you want by helping others get what they want. We rise by lifting others. Alone, we can do so little, but together we can do so much. Have you ever heard that saying? All right. Number 2, we're going to enrich more lives. If you are mission driven, there is no doubt that you can have a greater impact if you build a team of others. Okay. Number 3, you're going to earn more money. More money. You're going to earn more money. All right, not only does your commission grow, but your ability to earn fast track rewards as a recruiter and offer that offers limitless bonus potential. Even if you're not in your fast track, you still get bonuses, Pampered Chef dollars, and things like that when you're helping your team members, new team members achieve. So there's just lots of things. Number 4, personal and professional. We don't do that one anymore. Yeah, personal and professional development. I don't know what I'm thinking of something we used to have, but personal and professional development. You're going to build your leadership skills, your confidence, and your community. So you might be a little shy about it now, but all those things is going to help you inside. Number 5, you receive recognition amongst your peers and amongst us. So you're going to promote when you promote before national conference, you'll be recognized among the entire company. How would you like to walk across stage with that red scraper, or if you're a director already, walking across and getting that blue scraper? You could actually double promote because it's only September right now and national conference isn't until July. So you could actually double or triple promote. So, and you would be walking across stage, waving, we're yelling your names. They're going to have your name on the screen, and it's just going to be amazing. So now, guys, that is bragging rights and instant credibility to your business. So many times people say that they're bad at recruiting. But what we have found most of the time, it's not being bad at recruiting, but not being the best when it comes to the asking part, right? So think about that. You're not a bad recruiter. You just may not be the best at asking and asking everybody. So you want to offer the opportunity to every host. So our notes say 5 times, and we all know we want you to offer it 6 times. Okay. So 6 times, yes, yes. Why? Why? Because the likelihood of the person that you're talking to saying yes increases significantly at the 5 and up ask. Okay. Because that first ask is always, the answer is always like a knee jerk reaction. So, 2, personally connect with your rock star guest. Rock star guests are those people who are active in the party. They may not be the loudest, but they are curious about things, commenting and liking and loving. Maybe they're sharing their own insight, asking questions, and buying. So I always say a rock star guest is somebody that has a heartbeat. So they're alive in your party, but we'll get to that later. Personally reach out to those rock stars and start a casual conversation with them. That allows you to get to know more about them and leads to a recruiting discussion. So Pampered Chef is all about building relationships. This is a perfect opportunity to invite them to an opportunity meeting to learn more. So we're gonna turn it over to Donna. Take it away.
Okay, I'm going to give you some examples of some things some words, but we'll be actually sharing this in the group. So I don't think you got to jot these down. You can message them during the party and say, hey, you were such a rock star in Jamie's Pampered Chef party. You stood out to me, and I could tell you were super engaged and exciting. Have you ever thought about doing something like Pampered Chef before? I feel you'd be great at it. And second is the people who ask questions during the question and answer post. You never know if they're just trying to get extra tickets or if they truly are interested. So just send them a message and ask, hey, you had some great questions about the business in Jamie's Pampered Chef party. Have you ever thought about doing something like Pampered Chef and earning some extra income before? Now, when they respond, you can send it to your upline if you're not sure what to say, and we can guide you, guide this conversation of what you need to say next. So if y'all are, at all not knowing what to say, just screenshot it and we can help you with it. And then also share your story during the party. It connects with your guests and let them know why you started the business and why you love it. Now, if you're not sure how to share your story, I'll give you an example. You could say something like, I never thought I would see myself doing something like this because I was quiet and shy. You could fill in the blank. When I was invited to learn more about the opportunity, I was curious to see what Pampered Chef could do for our family. After learning more and taking the leap, I actually found that the support is amazing. And I'm so happy I did it because now I'm living a comfortable life, not worrying about money for bills. I invite you to learn more about the opportunity, just like I did, by checking out our website. You may be surprised how easy it is just to try, just like I was. To learn more, check out this page, and you can share your link right to your website to the Be a Consultant. And also, number 3, follow up with potential recruits. The fortune is in the follow-up. Be sure to reach out to those you invited to the opportunity event before, as a reminder, and after, to see what they thought. And for those that aren't ready to take the leap, add them to your list and continue to check in with them. Think of recruiting like a dance. It's not a one-way conversation, and you're not trying to convince them to sign up, but you're trying to inform them and guide them in their decision. Key things to remember when offering solutions to concerns. Number 1, validate. Number 2, offer solution. Number 3, follow up question. The way I do this is feel, felt, found, followed by another question. At the end of this call, we'll share a document in our call to action that will help you with the dance when talking to potential team members. Make sure you read over that document thoroughly and refer back to it when needed. Now, Kelly's going to take it over. After she unmutes, she's going to take it over.
Wow, isn't it crazy how we still all do that? It's like, geez, we've been doing this long enough. So look at the clock right now, you guys. It's 7:15 and we're almost done with our call. I'm going to give you the call to action now, okay? So we're super proud of you for, moving to this next level, but now we have to really get, into recruiting. So the first thing that you guys are going to do in your call to action, the number one thing that we want you to listen to is called Recruiting from the Heart. And some of you may have heard it before. We're actually going to give you an older version of this, where the one I know, like my team we talked about this a couple of months ago, and it was the one with Danny Calentine. We're gonna do it. We're giving you like even in an older version, and this is like an absolute, probably one thing that you'll probably want to listen to multiple times. So that is going to be your number one on your call to action list, is listening to that recording. Number two, and of course, Cheryl's going to post all these on the group. They'll be in the call to action section in the featured. Create a list of 25 or more names for each category and start making contacts from there. There's a document that's going to be posted, and it's called Recruiting List of People to Just Ask. So there's different categories within that. I actually, Cheryl, do we have the slide with those pictures in them? Do you remember? I just thought about that. You know what, guys? This is only our second time around, so we just remembered, like,
We'll get it as you're talking.
yeah, because I don't know if I could, because on my paper, the picture is super duper tiny. So I don't even know if I can read it. Hold on here. So these are the categories. Let's see here if I can read it. I gotta turn my light on. Okay. Closest friends that you would. It's so little. Closest friends, even with my magnifiers on, that you would like, basically like that you would like working with, your closest friends. Who do you know that loves Pampered Chef is another category. Who are your foodie friends or friends that love to cook? And the last category is going to be, who do you know that really could use the extra income? Okay. So those are the categories, and Cheryl will make sure that those pictures are posted in the group as well. Okay. And then obviously the document's going to be in there too. Then number 3, write down your people in your 4 categories. So that graphic that we post, that, you're going to write down the people in those categories. Number 4, you're going to review the Feel, Felt, Found document under the document named Recruiting, Overcoming Objections. So that'll be listed in there. And then we're going to have you make and track all recruiting contacts in your recruiting notebook, making at least 10 contacts a day. Or if you're doing it in a digital format, I believe the tracker that Cheryl made had a tab for recruiting leads. Cheryl, am I correct on that? Yeah. So if you're using the digital version, otherwise another notebook or a section of your notebook, however you're going to do it that way. And then write down 3 takeaways and be prepared to share next week. Our group got significantly smaller. I'm sure you guys can tell that. So the chatter that we want in the group is going to be, we want you guys to use that. So if you hear something or something that really invigorates you, post it in the chat, okay? Or in the group chat. So write down or make sure you keep track of your 3 takeaways. Number 7, ask every host 5 times, and you all should have a ton of hosts to pick from now. If you've made it to this round, you should have a lot of hosts. And Cheryl's telling me 6 times. And number 6 is, who remembers what number 6 is? Does anybody know what number 6 is? Number 6 is when you're, okay, okay, who's raising their hand there? Denise, do you want to tell us?
It's when you are starting the party for one you booked from them.
Yep. So when you have people book from the party, beeps, please go away. So you just had a party with Susie, and Susie had 4 people book from her, and you're getting ready to do her friend Terry's party. You're gonna go back to Susie and say, okay, I'm getting ready to start Terry's party. Are you sure you don't want to give this a try? This could be your first party to do. So you want it one more time. And Cheryl gets a lot of people joining. That's like one of her tips that she loves to do. Okay. So ask every host 6 times. Then number 8, send rock star messages for recruiting. So we're going to put 3 different images in the Facebook group. One is going to be recruiting and kind of what that looks like. It's like it's like the sandwich picture. Then there's going to be a image of asking your host 5 times and then just remember what number 6 is. And then that category picture. Okay, so those are all going to be on there. And don't forget to make sure to schedule some time to chat with your director this week about how things are going. How does that sound, everybody?
Hey, if you want to share screen, let me share screen. Oh, I can share screen. Can I
Okay.
share screen? I've got those documents pulled up. I just didn't want to
Okay.
interrupt you.
Oh, go ahead.
So guys, can you see?
Eventually we'll know what we're doing.
Yep. And maybe not, but can you
Right.
guys see where it says director bound graphics?
Yep.
So now can you just see the recruiting sandwich? Okay. So we'll post these in there and the print is a little small. I mean, it's even a little small here. And then so that's the first one you'll see. And this one's the ask every host 5 times, but you know, I think I could I'll go ahead and post this one, but I think I can quickly whip up one that says ask every host 6 times because that's a habit that I believe in. And, you know, here's another one that's a 5 times. And then the last one is kind of like a brain jogger. I guess you'd call it like that. Something to kind of get you thinking. The one that Kelly was talking about.
Yep.
So
The one thing I know when you have images like that, a lot of times if you save them to your phone and then print from your phone, the image will print like the whole like size of the paper. So sometimes like if you feel like you're a person that likes to have visual stuff, I know like Dominique that's on here, she's a good one for that. Like she likes visuals. You could just print those images like from your phone. It should print it as like the whole entire page. You could hang it up in your office if you want. Give a little reminders when you're working.
awesome. And Kelly was referencing that tracker, you know, the tracker that I posted about tracking your bookings and stuff like that. It looked uber complicated in the beginning. I have actually shaved it down quite a bit. So if you want to go back in, we're still using the same group, the same Facebook group, and the same messenger group, as Kelly said. So if you just go in the Facebook group, and it should be the first call to action, I think it was. So if you just kind of scroll down to phase 1, week 1 call to action, you'll see that link. And so you can click that link. And I don't know if the recruiting one's on there, but I will do it. So don't click it right now. I'll go back and make sure that that one has the recruiting tab. So, because I've done a little tweaking to mine that I kind of have just some things that I put in there. So I think it's something everybody would like. Anyway, so that's all we've got. Do we want to read through the comments over here? And if you haven't put something in the chat, you got on after we were talking about it, put in the chat one thing that you're super, you know, that you're excited about or concerned about. We want to know how you're feeling about going into phase 2, but we'll, Donna, do you want to read the chat or do you want me to? Or
Well,
wait?
I wanted to go ahead and answer one of the questions on there. Anna said she's not comfortable asking, and I really felt the same way. But what I found was start doing it robotically, like do those asks robotically, and then you will end up getting leads, and then you'll get more comfortable as time goes on. And then after, you know, you get more comfortable. And in my notes in my phone, I've actually got the recruiting responses. So if they say I'm not a salesperson or I don't have enough money, I've got all those in there. I can go to my recruiting tab and find a response that I want to work with and use. So, you know, keep them handy and ready to use. And I promise you, you will get better at it as time goes on.
Anna, what are you just like? Are you just scared that they're going to be like irritated with you for even asking? Is that kind of what your hesitance is?
Yeah.
Okay. So, and you may have heard somebody say this before, and my team constantly hears me talk about this, but if you went to a restaurant and ordered a plate of French fries and the waitress came to deliver them to you and said to you, would you like some ketchup? Are you going to get mad at her for asking if you wanted ketchup? Of course not, right? So nobody is going to get mad at you for asking. And honestly, some people might be extremely flattered that you asked them, because they might be thinking like, oh, wow, she thinks that I could actually do this. So don't, it's not, when it comes down to it, just recruiting is a conversation. And that's the most simplest thing that you need to think about it. It's a conversation that you're having with somebody.
And
Once
I
you
think
try to
everybody,
take that out of it, it becomes a lot easier.
I think everybody will feel better once they listen to that recruiting from the heart also. So listen to that first thing tomorrow if you can, and I promise you'll have a different outlook.
Mhm.
Yeah. And one thing if you don't mind me just kind of like saying about recruiting, because this is what guys get ready. I mean, this is what we're going to be talking about for the next 4 weeks. We're not going to be talking about bookings. We're not going to be talking about host coaching. We're not going to be talking about customer care. We're going to talk about recruiting for the next 3 weeks, should I say. So get used to it. It is what it is. You might get tired of it, but your banking account will not get tired of it. They will not get tired of those deposits and those overrides and things like that. But think about it like this. Think about the job market out there. Think about when you went to apply for a job, whether it was your first job like me at McDonald's, or you submitted your resume to a company that you wanted to work for, and you were in the field of accounting and you were really wanting that job. Remember how you were feeling on that end of it? Think about this way. You are giving somebody the opportunity to, and I hate to use the word work, but it is work. But you are actually giving somebody the opportunity to put money in their pocket, to put food on their table, to put gas in their tank, to take their family on a vacation, to pay off some debt that might be causing them, whatever. But you are giving them an opportunity that I wish when I was 16 years old or 25 years old, whichever job I was looking for, that somebody actually approached me about working for them. So does that make you feel a little bit better about what you have to offer? You're offering something to them, and when you're offering it to them, you're going to them. They're not coming to you looking most of the time, but that gives them the sense of, wow, they think I can do something like this. So you're already instilling in a little bit of belief in them by even offering it to them. So don't think about because if you're thinking about you, honestly, if you're thinking about you and how it affects you, and you're kind of turning it around and making it about you. But if you're offering it to them, knowing what it can do for them, sharing what it can do for them, that kind of thing, then it turns it into it's all about them. Had to throw that in there, those
I
couple
think it's also helpful to remember that this is like learning a new language. If you ever learned a new language, when you first started saying the words in the French accent, you felt silly. You felt like you didn't do it right. You feel real self-conscious and you have to get used to it. And the only way that you get more comfortable is to keep doing it. And this is very much like that. I mean, your whole Pampered Chef business is a new language, but recruiting more than any other aspect, I think, really is that. And so you're going to end up, and we're not talking about doing something that makes you like get an ulcer because it's so, like you just feel so uncomfortable that it makes you want to, like throw up. But you have to be prepared for being a little uncomfortable because you're doing something and talking to people in a way about things that's new. And so when you're working through that, you can certainly find the things that are comfortable. Donna mentioned kind of just doing it in a robotic way. Not that we want to come across as robots, but borrow other people's words and their approaches, the way they do things. Cheryl or Donna or Kelly or anybody else on here, these things, we've got such great resources to learn from people. I mean, Ellington Boyce, who is, we have learned so much from what she's done, and she was the top recruiter in the entire company in this past year with 53 qualified recruits, you guys. Let's learn from the people who are doing these things and realize that there's no magic wand for it, but you don't have to have a certain, like look or personality or anything like that. But it does help to learn from the people that are doing the things you want to do, getting the results that you want to get, and take and copy them. And gradually it's going to become much more natural and much more authentic, but you have to start with something that's not, it kind of goes to that, if you keep doing what you're doing, you're going to keep getting what you got. If you want something different, you have to do something different. And that's what we're trying to provide for you, is some different ways of doing it, people to talk to, things to say to them, ways to follow up. Send those screenshots to your director. You know what I mean? You get that and get that going. And then that's one of the ways that you learn. You get to the point you don't have to send a screenshot, because you know what Cheryl would tell you to say. You know what Kelly would, how she'd respond to that. And you can do that and start to make it that your own. But take those things. And I think really so simply comes down to, if what you're doing right now has not up to this point got you where you want to be, then maybe it's time to start doing something that is different and new and a little outside of what you're, really comfortable with until you get to that point.
This is when I think that screenshots are going to be most important. Screenshots
Absolutely.
and one simple phrase that you can say that can make you feel a little bit less, I don't know, nervous about asking or terrified about asking, even, is just simply saying, I wouldn't be doing my job if I didn't ask. Simply put.
And if I might add something really quick, Teresa and I talked about this when she was, learning and going through the process, kind of like what you guys are doing, learning that process of recruiting and getting comfortable with being uncomfortable. So Teresa, I don't know if you're driving to work, if you can come off mute, but if you could really quick, you know what I'm talking about, like the host kit credit. She came up with some great words on her own, as we were talking about it, because I preach the kit credit so much. And she actually came up with something, and I really want you to, if you don't mind sharing it really quick.
Hey, thank you. I wasn't driving, but anyway. So yes, so one of the ways that it helped me to think about it is the only time a host can earn the host credit coupon is when they host a party. So if we don't offer that host credit coupon to them, then we're doing them a disservice, and they don't know all the rewards that are available to them. So that was a way that it made it easier for me to be able to talk to people about that host credit coupon, is knowing that that's, part of it. And now that Paper Chef has it where, if they have a $200 party, they don't get the $25 free, but they get the kit credit. And that's a great benefit. So it just takes the pressure off, because you're just offering the extra, like what they earn as a host.
And also one thing I forgot, but it was, she would tell her host, remember what you would tell your host, that this is the only.
Yes, this is the only time that it's available, is when you host a party.
Yeah,
Once
there's
you
no
close
other
it, it's
time.
gone.
Yep, no other
Yeah.
time to get that discount except for now. So she kind of created that sense of urgency, and it worked. So it looks like you're eating dinner. So sorry, I got you out of.
Well, no, you're fine. We haven't started eating. We haven't ordered yet. So, it's Tuesday night. It's Mexican night.
Oh, that's right, Taco Tuesday. Thank
Yes,
you for
Taco
sharing
Tuesday.
that.
You're welcome.
Okay, somebody has a question. Whoever DM is.
That's me, Melissa.
Hi,
So I was a director and my team flopped. So if any of the people that used to be on my team want to rejoin, do they count since they've already joined before?
Absolutely.
Okay. Does it
The
have to be
only-
a certain amount of time?
Well, they have to be out of they have to completely be out of Pampered Chef. They can't be like inactive. But yeah, as long as they are not on your roster, they can be
Okay.
back on your roster. The only ones that don't count when you lose your director title are the ones that were with you prior to losing it. So
So
say
like
for
Kendra.
yeah, so Kendra would not count.
Okay. That's what
But
I thought.
It's
But I just
5
wasn't,
new recruits to re-promote.
yeah. That I just wasn't sure about people that used to be on the team.
yeah,
Mhm.
yeah. Hey, girl, you've seen lots of faces come back around. I re-recruit a lot of people. Anna's on her second time or
Mhm.
third. So
Or 14. I'm just
yeah,
kidding.
it doesn't matter. Yeah.
I'm just
Okay,
kidding.
thank you.
You're welcome. Anybody else have any questions or anything? 2 times Anna said. Couldn't remember. Are y'all excited? So y'all all ready to like ask, right? All right. So like Kelly said, we want you guys to watch or listen to whatever audios or videos we put on the call to action. And we're going to put those at the very top because that's going to, like you've heard me say, you've heard us talk about it, that's going to get you in the right spot, frame of mind. And when you hear Julie Aldridge's story, for those of you that's been with Pampered Chef a little while, you may have remembered Julie when she was with the company. And her story is get the Kleenexes out. It will make you really think about why you're not asking certain people. It really will. And but like I said, and you don't have to like think about these recordings. You may not have 30 minutes or 45 minutes to sit down. You don't have to sit down and watch them. Listen to them while you're in the shower, while you're getting your makeup on, while you're driving to work, while you're mowing the yard, while you're cooking dinner. Maybe you only have 15 minutes times. Listen to it for 15 minutes. Jot down where you left off. Pick it back up. Move the bar. Fast forward it till you pick it back up. And then, so you can do it in chapters, so to speak. You don't have to be like, oh my gosh, I've got to allot an hour or 45 minutes or however long it is. Do it in small increments if that fits your schedule. But I will actually pop these call to action in tonight so you won't have to like wait. 'Cause I think I have it all very easily to grab and post. The pictures may come tomorrow. It depends on if I can get them uploaded. But all right, recruiting rock stars. Y'all ready to dig in?
Mhm.
All right. All right. Oh, Donna's got some things. Oh, unmute Donna. Ready? Oh, Janine's got some too. You were muted, Janine.
Yay!
All right. All right, guys. Well, if no questions, then we got an early night. We can get off here and go eat my everything taco stuff. Very delicious. So, all right, ready?